All right.
There you go. Now I see the chat.
All right. Yeah, thanks for bearing with us. We are just a two-man team here.
Yeah, we're just two dudes who are just doing the chat. So thank you all. For those of you guys who are tuning in, this is the Hump Day Meet Live, where we meet every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. PST. Just two dudes chilling from anywhere around the world, just having conversation about everything masculinity related, relationship, all
Yeah.
that.
But
Cool.
so anyway, before the technical difficulties, we were discussing the fact
Yes.
that men have a harder
Hmm.
time at making and maintaining friendships than women are.
Yep. And men have a harder time saying "I love you" to their friends.
We can get to that, but
Yeah,
where did we leave off? We're talking about
yeah, yeah. We were talking
how
about that though.
yeah, it's because it's more natural for women to like set up the communities, right?
Yeah, it's more natural. I think it comes more natural for the ladies to start a relationship of any kind, specifically in this
Mm,
case, friendship, and and building that community and flourishing that and
hmm
expressing feelings, which it's a double-edged sword, right? Like I feel like it's also easier for the ladies to have conflicts with their friends versus guys. I feel. I mean, or maybe just we
Um,
just hear more about it. Maybe
maybe
we
not
just hear more
conflicts,
about it.
but maybe there's more um fake friends.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Whereas guys who don't want to hang out with guys be like, ah, screw this, I don't want to hang out with that guy. Whereas the girls are like, oh, I gotta go to this event and she'll be there, and and then
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I mean, I personally, at least for me, like I would hear often, I mean, across even friends or like even my mom, right? Like there will be times where it's just like, um, you will have friends that are like really close, and then literally for like 2 months they would like not talk to each other, and then like and then back to
well,
just like nothing happened, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But
So
that's a part of healthy relationship too, though. Yeah.
what was I lost my train of thought here, but I think
Oh, good.
so there are a lot of types of friends, right? And I think the most common type of friends that we all have are the feel-good friends. The
Hmm.
friends that are only around when you're doing well or you
Yeah.
want to not celebrate, but just have a good time. But as soon as something hits the fan, as soon as shit hits the fan, they're nowhere to be seen.
Hmm.
They're like, "Oh, call me back when you're out of your funk," right? And then they don't check up on you all the time. That's what I think women are better at doing, checking up on each other. Whereas
Yeah.
I, d- I'm guilty of this too. Like, I'm not calling up my guy friends to be like, "Hey, man, we haven't talked in a while. Just how you doing? Everything feeling okay?" You know, because
Yeah.
and I think that all ties in with women just are more in not women just feel more comfortable cold approaching each other. Like I said that example earlier, women will always come up to each other and compliment each other. Like, I love your shirt, I love your top, I love your nails. Guys will never be like, I love your shirt, I love your shoes, I love your hat. You know what I mean? To
Love your hair,
strangers.
bro. Yeah, to strangers. Yeah, yeah. It's harder. It's definitely harder. And yeah, I think for um we're talking about like fake friends, right? Like, yeah, it's definitely more it's always easier in general to um only want to hang out with people when like every
Out of
it's
convenience.
even
It's
yeah,
like
out of
friendships out of
convenience.
conveniences, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's natural human trait, I guess. Like, right? Like we
Mhm.
just that's just how it is, regardless of gender. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's there's that balance too, right? Like you don't want to be that like. don't want to hang out with that friend that is always just like, oh man, like I mean, I think we all have one of those or like a few of those friends that like it doesn't matter. Like it even if you're supportive and want to cheer them on, it's like they want to, you know what I mean?
Well,
There are people
so
who want to get the attention by bringing things down,
well
you
then
know?
there's a filtering process that you yourself are responsible for. You got to evaluate if that friend is worth keeping in your life. And I've gone through, I call them cycles of purges in my like throughout my time.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this guy, this girl, I gotta stop talking to them because they're just not good for my mental health.
Yeah.
And that's also a factor, right? So you have to evaluate how to make friends. This is a trick. You need to evaluate how to make friends, how to maintain friends, and how to filter out the bad friends.
Yeah.
And that in itself is just a tedious process.
Yeah, 100%. And that goes back to, I guess, the very first thing that we watched that video, right? Like, um, where Trevor Noah was asking Simon Sinek, like, hey, are women better at making friends
Hmm.
and maintaining friends? Um, and I think that is just something that perhaps because women are more emotionally evolved, that they're just better at it, and dudes just need to work on that shit, right?
Yeah.
Which creates a loneliness, like regardless of it's romantic or not, right? Like you're
Hmm.
gonna be the freaking lonely dude if you don't know how to make friends or talk to girls,
Yeah, and that's
period.
going to lead to a whole host of different problems for guys. I mean, we're seeing it now.
But yeah, I was just about to say it's not just going to, but like it's funny because the YouTube actually have it's really cool. It says like ideas for your next videos. I can read some topics, which I think is kind of interesting, right? Like it
Mhm.
talks about like the hidden cost of online only connections, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
building,
would argue that those are not friendships at all.
yeah,
That's
yeah, exactly. Like when dudes are not making the effort to make friends in real life and
mhm.
build that relationship, all of a sudden they start creating sort of what was it? There's a specific word for it, but
Like
online
an echo chamber
relationship.
or
Yeah, echo
or
chamber is like when you just agree with
right, right,
whatever,
right.
but like they start making these like para something relationships where it's like one-sided too.
Hmm.
Usually it's like, guys following like a female creator or something like that, right?
Right, right.
Um, so I mean, and granted, I have made great, amazing friends. Like I still have never met in person, but like we would check up on people, you know what I mean? We'll check on each other, update
Yeah.
on. So that's pretty cool. And actually through gaming. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Um, but oh, look at this one. How men can find meaningful male friendships.
And
Um,
so I want to so springboarding off of that idea of why why men are less adept at making friendships than women. There's a high correlation of men just with mental health issues now, right? Be it higher suicide rates or higher unemployment rates or uh, more men identifying as single. So just this epidemic of loneliness is affecting them in every aspect of their life.
yeah, I think there's a cause. I, the mental health thing all comes down to, at least from my personal perspective, right? Like if you're mentally unwell, right? There are many reasons it might be, right? Sometimes might be you're born with some sort of mental illness, right? Sometimes if it's caused by a lack of progress in life in general, right? Sometimes it's a cause of you're not taking care of your body and mind, and you're not, there's so many reasons to that,
Well, I
but
mean, but here's the thing. If you had good friends with you, they would all help you out with that, right? Like how
would
many,
they though?
yeah, like how many friends do you have? Or do you have a friend, like if you start gaining weight, be like, dude, you're getting fat. Right? Like, let's
Yeah,
go to
oh
the
yeah,
gym,
yeah, yeah.
right? So that is, there's like, or I have a couple of friends who ever know, notice like
Do
if I'm,
girls do that? Ladies, do you do that?
Oh, geez, I think that would start a civil war if girls
Well,
just start
here
calling
we
each other
go. Well,
fat.
here we go, though, right? Here we go. That's something that men can do. That's something men can do. Girls. I don't know if you ladies do that. Ladies, comment below. If you see your friend who's getting fat, do you just say like, "Yo, you're getting fat. Let's go to the gym together," or you let them become fat? So one less competition.
Less competition is crazy.
Are you friends?
Oh,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm semi joking, but I don't know, right?
we have a that is a no in the
That is
comments.
a
They would not call each other fat.
They will not call each other fat. That
Yeah.
is a no. Why not though?
Yeah.
If you're real friends, you gotta tell the truth, man. Tell the
I
truth,
think
girl.
I think they'll say it in a more diplomatic way.
Yeah,
Unless they're guy
but
so
well,
unless they're guy friends.
yeah.
So,
If they're a man, they'll be like, "Yo, you're getting fat. Get your
yeah.
ass to the gym." But to go, it's like, listen, I cannot believe how much that dress has shrunk. Has shrunk.
Yeah. It must be the
Can you believe
dress.
it?
Yeah,
Can you believe it? This dress really sucks, man. It's
yeah.
gotta be the winter.
It's gotta be the winter. Oh,
It's
geez.
anything but you.
No, but
Um,
like those type of relationships, those like really important relationships in men, there's a high correlation of less addiction,
mm,
of less anxiousness, less depression. I mean, look at AA, Alcoholics Anonymous.
mm,
There's 12 steps to that program. And the final step is like you being a sponsor to someone else who is an alcoholic. What is that? You being a friend to somebody,
mm.
right?
I
And
never been through it, but I
no,
assume
because
that's
I
what
was
it
just
means.
doing some looking into it. That's why it's uh it's a study that if
Yeah.
you only complete 11 of the 12 steps, there's a high chance of you going back into addiction.
I
But
see.
if you complete that 12th step, making a friend or being a
Yeah.
friend for someone, being there for someone in their need, like being a really close friend, then you're more likely to overcome that addiction.
Keeping each other accountable as well.
Correct. Mhm. It's not enough just to be in a community. You have to have someone that you can rely on and or someone that you can help as a friend, right? Because that's what
Mm.
friendship is. It's not about take, take, take. It's about what can you also do to help
Give,
your
yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
And further, I think taking that one step further, I think men in general have a harder time reaching out for help.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
100%.
And so if you find a hard time reaching out for help, I mean, that's what friends are for, right?
Yeah.
And if your friend's like, oh no, like I can't help you with that, that's gonna bring my vibes down, then I think you should start reevaluating who you want in your life. See, that goes back to my making friends, maintaining friends, and then finding out who you want to filter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think reaching out for help in general, for sure, that's like, more difficult for dudes, because there's a certain level of like vulnerability and pride, and
Yes, vulnerability and pride. That's the two big things. Vulnerability is huge because as soon as what's the first thought that comes when you say vulnerable? Like this man is vulnerable.
for men, they probably hear weakness, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's like the misconception, right? Like being vulnerable is like is a strength, but I think a lot of people think that's weakness because, um, somehow, I guess society have told us that, but
Yeah. So I think
yeah,
society's part of it, but also pride, and that's why guys are just, you know what? I'll just deal with it with myself. I don't want to bother my friends with this, or
yeah,
if they have friends to bother, right?
yeah. Um, if they don't even have it,
And then
or
that's when it leads to if they don't have friends, and that's when you get like the increasing suicide rates, the increasing like I'm a broken record here, like anxiousness, depression.
yeah. Now here's the question, right? When was the last time you truly felt lonely?
I don't have that problem. So I have to think real back. Like I have to think when was the last time I felt lonely. Oh, okay. Probably right after the breakup, because that's just natural, right? Right after you break up
Yeah,
with someone, it's like, oh man. And then you don't want to do anything. You don't even want to reach out to your friends. You just kind of want to wallow in a bit.
yeah,
So I was kind of in a funk for a bit, like maybe a month or
yeah.
so. Less than a month.
Yeah. Okay. But during that process, I mean, you're relatively speaking healthy and mentally healthy man. Like
Mm.
during the process, despite like, you know, people like myself and friends like reaching out, etc., do you feel like you just want to sit in that feeling? Like that's how you can that will
I
help you
think
process? Do
I
you want
think
to
a part
talk
of that
about
is
it?
healthy. Just kind
Yeah.
of reevaluate yourself, just kind of like silently on your own process. But there's a line. If you stay in that self-pity mode for too long, then it borders on unhealthy, and then that's when you can start, spiraling.
Yeah.
So let yourself process what you're going through, and then take that information that you've, you know, gathered and take it to your friends, and then they can start helping you out with that too.
Yeah, I wonder, I mean, I wonder how many men out there feel like there's a couple of reasons why they wouldn't want to reach out, right, and ask for help. Is one is
You know
there
why?
might
It's
be
because we're
like,
problem solvers.
well,
It's
yeah,
like
well, that's
I want to solve this problem myself, and if I have to reach out to someone, I'm less of a man to solve
yeah,
this problem.
well, that becomes that's two layers. There's two layers to that, right? There's like, well, I want to solve a problem because I just, like this is how we operate, right? There's a
Mhm.
problem, I want to solve it. There's a problem, I want to solve it. If I can't solve it, right, I want to either figure it out and solve
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
or I might need to seek for help. But when I seek for help, there are two layers, there are two types of answers we get, right? One is like, oh, that's very brave, great job, right? But more likely, I would say more than 50% of the time is there is a scrutiny that comes with it, right? Like sometimes from society, sometimes from loved ones, right? There's
Mhm.
like the fuck, you can't even do this shit,
And
you
you
know?
are you are putting yourself in a vulnerable state as soon as you reach out for help to your friend, right? So you are also just afraid of what your friend is going to think of you, which I
Yeah,
think is a dangerous thought. So that true friend, so that's what a true friendship should be. Someone who won't shit on you
yeah,
for what you're thinking. And I have a couple of friends. I'm not going to dox them. But I always say if I murdered somebody, like one
yeah.
friend's going to be on Google trying to like how to dispose of a body, and the other friend's going to be looking up like isolated dump sites. Like that. I know they got my back,
Yeah.
right?
And this is live, guys.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah. While that's a very different line though. Thank you. That's a very different line though, right? Like, yeah, I mean that crosses the moral line though. You know what I
No,
mean?
I go to extremes to say how
Yeah.
comfortable I am sharing things with these
Yeah,
people.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like obviously, don't murder people. I'm not sponsoring murder. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Um,
you need to be able to trust someone that well to have them into your inner circle.
well, I guess the other side is like if somebody do like if a guy who is mentally not well wants to unalive themselves, right? Like some dudes don't have anybody to call, but they don't
That's
know
just
who they
I
would
mean
talk
that's
to.
the sad truth. I mean we're just that is the sad truth, and that's why the suicide rates are going up.
Hmm. Well,
I th
and it also goes back to, oh, I was just about to say, it also goes back to kind of what we were talking about earlier, right? When dudes are having mental health issues or just problems in it, because mental health, again, there's so many causes to that. But I think, I don't know, from my personal perspective at least, and experience, I think people are a lot more empathetic towards women versus men,
yeah.
right? I
Mhm.
mean, I'll give you the perfect example. I was just walking down New York City, right? Like Manhattan, right? I mean, there's just so many homeless people, men and women, right, from all ethnic backgrounds, right? Like, I feel a very different experience when I see a woman with a child on the floor versus when I see a dude, right? And if I
Mhm.
see a dude with a child, which I never do, right? There's gotta be different. And I joke, I'm like, well, the ones that are the most effective is like the dude with the dog, right? Like the most deadly combo is like a woman with the dog. That's like okay, like I got you, you
Yeah.
know. Um, but I mean that's the sad truth though, right? Right? Like, do you think I wonder why that is, I guess. Like I was trying to process it in my head, right? Like, why do I feel differently when I see a woman who's homeless, right? Let's just throw the child away, okay? Um, uh, there's a whole other conversation too. Like we were talking about this, like when we see a woman with children on the street, and we see like this person's able-bodied, right, and seems relatively healthy, right? And, you know, and honestly, like we're talking about this, like, and like for lack of a better term, it's like it's not like you're weird looking or anything. Like you look just a normal human. Like you look like you could if you just change and dress up or like, you know, wash off, you just look like anybody else on the street. But what happened? You know what I mean? Like what happened that gets you to that point and how come you can't get out of it, right? And again, there's a gazillion reasons why it happens. But when it comes to a man, right? You just see them differently, you know, a homeless guy versus a homeless woman for some reason.
I'm trying to think how many times I've tried to help out. Like like you always want to like throw a couple bucks in their hat or buy them a meal, right? I
Yeah,
can't.
I actually try not to give cash. What
Right,
I do is
right.
I give them gift cards. So I
Interesting.
will yeah, so I go out there and I buy when I was in Canada I did this. Um I just had like a bunch of like Subway gift cards, you know, or like
Uh,
food gift cards. Yeah, and I just give it to them. Actually, this is really interesting that we're talking about this. I talked to a dude in Canada, in Toronto, who was a nuclear science professor back in Ukraine and made it out to Canada. And he was a homeless dude. He was a homeless dude playing a guitar
yeesh.
on the street. And I was sitting there chatting, and somebody actually took a photo. Somebody I know took a photo of me talking to this guy. I was literally sitting in the middle of the street talking to this guy. I mean, like literally thousands of people got getting out of the
Yeah.
Jays game but I was just having the most fascinating conversation with this guy, man. Like he was
Hmm.
just a dude, man. And you see, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in New York City, I would have done the same if I had the time to, you know. But anyway, yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually what I do. Yeah, I give the gift cards and
That's
stuff.
yeah,
And
I don't do gift cards, but I usually try to find the nearest restaurant, be like, hey, yeah, I'll get you a sandwich or I'll get you something, right?
yeah, that too. Or like near us, if I go to like CVS or like some shop, I usually say like, hey, you know, are you hungry, right? And if
Yeah.
they're not hungry, I would just get them some water. If they're hungry, I'll get them water and food,
Yeah.
and that's always better because unfortunately, you just never know what they would do with the cash, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like a, you know, no judgment, like, but like sometimes it's just who was it? Jason Cheney said it the best, right? Like a lot of homeless people is just they just hit the jackpot of unlucky stuff,
Yeah.
you know, one thing after another, and just you know, and he was like, "How are we not homeless? How are most of us not homeless?"
Yeah.
Right? He was like, "You gotta pay rent every month," you know, like yeah. So
Jeez.
yeah. All right. So that's that.
Yeah. That's that. What's the topic that you wanted to bring up now?
Um, I mean, there was just a bunch of like silly videos that
Okay.
I was gonna show.
Yeah, let's lighten the
I
mood
guess
up,
we
I
can like
guess.
yeah, we can watch some. There's so many of them that I shared. There was one that was really funny. It was from a while back. Um, and then there's some that is deeper. Uh, this was hilarious. I think this one. Most of these are just like shorts. They're just funny and you know, and some of them, you know, is good for having a discussion, I guess. So let's see if we can. What's it, this one?
Why are you here?
Let me
Oh,
see.
this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think sometimes when men
Look, this is so funny.
on and when she looks over, she notices a friend of hers flew in from London to watch her finish. The friend flew in for like 24 hours. And she's like, she sees the friend and she immediately starts bawling. She's like crying and running. And you can tell she's like overjoyed that her friend would do such a thing. I think sometimes when men are questioning why women.
What the fuck we do now? I can't even watch the video without being in the wrong. What did we have to do with her running and her best friend came into the country to support her? The fuck we do?
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
Video of a woman who was running in.
It's just
Okay.
funny. I mean, it's funny because it's like a sharp turn. I mean, I assume what she's going to talk about was, and I never found the original video, but
I
I
was just
assume he
about to
was
say,
talking
I kind of
about,
want to see what the original is talking about.
yeah. I assume he was talking about how, like, she was going to say, like, men might not understand how meaningful that is for a woman to, you know, what I mean, another friend to support, you know? But it was just funny. It's the way she said it.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, it's just like a beautiful
I think
story.
this
And
is
then all of a sudden,
why guys do
this is why
XYZ.
men fucked up, you know? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, yeah. So that was the first one.
I think if
Um,
I had to guess, it's probably more of what we were talking about, just why men can't keep friendships. I don't know. It kind of seems
yeah,
Video
pertinent.
of a
It kind of seems
woman.
pertinent because I'll tell
yeah.
you what, I've never flown across country to watch my friend do a marathon.
That's oh, you know what? That could be actually one of the reasons. Um, that ladies are better with maintaining
Hmm.
their friendships and stuff. Okay, all right. So here's another. Let me see. Oh, I think we might have. Did we watch this one? Hold on. This one is. A lot of these just like, and granted, I know that a lot of these are clickbaits. They want people to,
Oh yeah,
so
the
this
girl
one.
in the bikinis. There we go.
A man be emotionally intelligent or physically strong?
Emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, I agree.
No question about that?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Emotionally intelligent.
No question?
I feel like you're gonna have a better relationship in the long run if there's emotional intelligence. Like muscles and all that is nice, but more important that there's more up here than on here.
Yeah, emotionally intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, emotionally intelligent.
You hesitate.
Like a little in between on that one because I feel like physically strong
Well,
is
at
like
least she's a
it's
little
good.
more
It's a
honest.
good plus. Like you can't complain about that.
Emotionally intelligent.
No question about that?
No question. Yeah.
Emotionally intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, emotionally intelligent.
No question about that whatsoever?
No question. No question.
Okay.
Emotionally intelligent.
No question?
Yeah, no question.
yeah.
Okay.
Emotionally intelligent all the way.
Emotionally
No
intelligent.
question about that?
No question.
Emotionally intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent.
No question about that?
I like a strong man though.
Good.
Emotionally intelligent.
intelligent.
Okay. No question on that?
No questions asked.
Okay.
Emotionally intelligent.
No question about that?
No question about it. Yeah. Emotionally intelligent.
No question about that?
No.
What about you?
Same, emotionally
looping?
intelligent.
Emotionally
This is
intelligent.
looping.
No, it's not looping. It's different people still. Yeah. So
All right,
that's
we
for
get the
right?
point.
Like
It's just them saying it over and over.
yeah.
Or is there like a
So
hook at the end? Like, does he show a picture of two guys or something? Or
I don't think so.
Yeah, no question about that?
Emotionally intelligent.
No, I don't think so. But it was really interesting. I mean, I never read through the many of these comments. I'm like, I could make it up. Man, like, how do I bench press emotional intelligence?
how do I
This
bench
is
press emotional
this is
intelligence?
funny. Talk about women.
Well, so here's the thing about emotionally intelligent men. We got to find out what that definition is.
Well, exactly.
You
I was just
you
about to say, right?
you ask two people what emotionally intelligent means, and it's going to be, I guarantee you, it's not going to be the same answer. So how are we going to even talk about that conversation when they can't agree on the definition?
Yeah. How would you define an emotionally intelligent man?
Someone who can process and someone who can process and I guess equalize their emotions in a healthy manner, right?
Okay, that's good. For me, I agree with that. Like if somebody who can and process, who can manage and express their emotions. But the way I see it is when I hear emotionally intelligent man, I see of a extreme situation, right? And let's say if it's a person in danger, how would you, I mean, like how a man would handle that situation, right? Or you're having a conflict, right, with your significant other. How do
Right.
you handle that? An emotional intelligent man would not just lose it, you know?
Well, yeah, there's a big thing about like they have to know how to emotionally stabilize.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, a truly emotionally intelligent man who knows how to regulate and stabilize his emotions will cut out all the bullshit that will like disturb that, right? So if you have a girl that brings a lot of chaos into your life, the emotionally intelligent man is going to cut that girl out, or he should. Otherwise, his life is going to be uh kind of thrown for a loop.
Bro, that's a
And so the truly emotionally intelligent man will know how to walk away from a bad situation.
yes, 100%. 100%. And the problem is, I guess the question would be how many of the ladies who seek a emotionally intelligent man, and ladies, please comment, like, do they mean that? A man who can just walk away when they don't want to deal with your bullshit? Or do they mean that a man who understand that this is venting time versus I actually want to problem solve.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying deal with their bullshit. I'm not being callous here. It's like, oh, you have issues. I don't want to deal with that. Get away from me. Um,
Hmm.
what I mean by chaos is someone like, there's
Yeah,
always
the
those
actual
people that
toxic
seem,
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's always someone that seems to feed off the chaos, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
not
Like the ones that are
satisfied in
toxic.
the
Yeah.
relationship unless there's a fight every week or try to make fights out of small issues just to get a rise out of you, right? So
Yeah,
it's the
yeah, yeah.
toxic stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I still wonder though. I still wonder if what the ladies mean is they just want a man who can, right, who's more empathetic, right?
Mhm.
Who can be more
Or
vulnerable,
yeah,
you
or
know?
do they want someone that will deal with their bullshit no matter what?
Yeah, well, exactly. Or do they want
Yeah.
somebody who can handle
You know,
whatever the seasonal,
that whole horrible quote from Marilyn Monroe that everyone loves, if you can't handle me at my best, you don't deserve me
handle
at
me
my
at my
worst
worst.
or whatever. Or so I'm mixing it up.
Or no, you can't handle me. Yeah, you can't if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve
Yeah.
my
Mhm.
at my best. Yeah.
Which is taken out of context, by the way. I know that there's a like that's a whole paragraph of quote, and people just love
Mm,
to cherry pick that line out.
mm, yeah. Mm. And I think it applies to both men and women, though, right? Like it goes back to the even in friendship, right? Like true friends will be able to call your bullshit out, call you when you're fat, you gotta
Oh,
work out, you're
yeah,
healthy,
yeah.
right? A true partnership, a true romantic partnership, and if you love each other, like you want the best for the other person, you'll want to say the shit that they might not want to hear.
I mean, yeah, tough love, man.
Tough love, yeah, and you got to do it. And I think being going back to the emotional intelligence, like being emotionally intelligent means that like you can take that, you can understand it, and
Hmm.
you're not gonna get triggered by it,
Yeah, knowing that it's coming from a place of love.
Yeah, yeah. And not to say like it reminds me of the Bill Burr's joke. It's like, but when it comes to a certain situation, like all of a sudden they might just be, oh, I wanna, right? Like if you throw if you throw a specific situation, it's like, oh no, I'll take the physical strong man all day, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's like when the Titanic is sinking, like which one do you want? Like, do you want the? I would still think of emotionally intelligent man would be more useful, but you want the physical strength too, I guess. But you know what I mean?
Uh, Hold on, we got some
Yeah.
comments here.
All right, let's see.
Or a man who can emphasize and influence positive emotions. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with
let's
that.
yeah.
Or a little straw man fallacy. So we're attacking the character.
What's the straw man
It's a,
fallacy?
it's
I'm not
a,
sure.
it's one of the our fallacies you have in debate, where instead of arguing the actual topic, like let's say you and I were arguing about pollution, and I say
Hmm.
pollution could be better. You're like, oh, America's doing very good on pollution. So like, and then I just go, what do you know? You're always dirty. So I'm attacking you instead of debating the topic, right?
Mm.
That's the
Oh,
strawman fallacy.
I see. Interesting.
But I don't know
I
how
don't know.
that pertains in this
I don't
context.
know. Maybe something we talked about that fell into that context, I guess. A man who can emphasize and influence positive emotions. Why not negative emotions though?
Why
Just
would you?
kidding.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
man who
yeah,
could be
yeah.
toxic.
Yeah, who can be toxic? That's some emotional intelligence right
That's
there.
some emotional manipulation there.
Yeah. That's the gaslighting. Man who can empathize. Yeah, yeah, empathize. Oh yeah, empathy is huge. I think any man who can try to understand situations and sometimes just listen. And we talked about this last week, right? It's like, dude, sometimes we just need to shut the fuck up and listen. It's very hard, but it's just not easy, man.
Which, by
It's
the
not easy.
way,
Like, yeah.
there's this like it's funny we said that last week, but this week, how many times have you listened to one of your male friends complain and they actually want help from you, right? Versus they just want to vent. Like if I'm
Uh,
asking for a friend for help, I'm not asking them like, oh, I'm not trying to vent. Like I actually want some advice on trying to get out of whatever situation I'm in.
I'm trying to think.
I can't remember the last time I wanted to just vent for the sake of venting.
I can't think of a single man that I've talked to this
And
past
maybe we
month.
should try to just. I mean, that's we always saying
Well,
women are
yeah,
more
exactly.
emotionally
Yeah.
stable. I mean, not women are more emotionally evolved than us. Maybe we
Bro,
should try the venting thing. It
I
might
think
help us.
yo, I agree. I agree. I do that with, I do that with my partner, right? Like to me, that's a natural thing, I'll vent, I would just let it out, and she knows when I'm just like, "Rrr," I'm just, and usually I'm just going on a tyrant, and then
Yeah.
I walk it off, and I'm good. But yeah, I mean, for dudes, I think it's because when two dudes, they're just like we would just be in problem solving mode. It's hard to be to be like, I mean, like, brother, what the fuck you want? You know what I mean? I mean, here's the
Yeah.
problem, man. Here's the solution. It's right there, man. You know. So I agree, though. I do think it is good. Maybe, man, once in a while, just be like, hey,
Let's the steam
what's going on,
off.
man?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
And so,
just blow some.
you know
Yeah,
what that it's interesting. It's coming to me right now as we're talking about this, how it relates to our previous topic of friendships.
yeah.
Like if you can have a guy friend that you can vent to, guess what that that alleviates some of the responsibility of a significant other. They don't have to be a therapist, right? Because what I've noticed with this decline of friendship is with the decline of friendship, with the decline of community, what usually took several people, you're all trying to put that responsibility on one person, your significant other. So how many times do you want, oh, they're my best friend, they're my lover, they're my, caretaker, they're my therapist. Like they're listing off things that 20 people usually take care of, all on the shoulders of one person. And I think that's why, relationships are failing more often than not in this generation.
Well, I think, yeah, I wonder if for the ladies, right? I mean, ladies, let us know, right? Is it important that your man is a little bit of all of the above, or
Oh,
right? Right. I mean, it might be though. Yeah, I mean, or I mean, if you look at way back in the day, right, like hunter gatherer, right? I mean, we're talking about like polygamy now, right? Like back in the day, there were a lot of cultures where it makes sense, and biologically, right? Like a woman would have a man who is literally for hunting, right? The strongest, physically strongest, right? But then they would also have somebody who is like who is resourceful and smart, right? And then also another man who is like emotionally more in tune and be able
mhm.
to, right? I mean, that's literally why like the polygamy, it makes sense for women because they need all of it, right? For a dude, we just need something to insert,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like it's like I mean, it's for lack of a better term, right?
For lack
Um,
of a better term, that's what you came
for
up with.
lack of a better term, that's we just we just need a physical, caveman days, right? But going back to this topic, yeah, I mean, I do agree though, right? Like, if if we're able to find different friends and that serve different roles, right? Well, here's
Yeah.
the question: would ladies be okay with guys with female friends that right that you're able to, right? I mean,
Oh
I
boy,
mean,
you
like
opened
I
that
personally,
can of worms.
yeah, I mean, I personally have female friends that like, I'm like when I was single, I was more like I would hang out more with, right? Like now I don't, but there are still female friends of mine that I would, I mean, like consult with, right? Versus same thing with my girl. I would want her to have guy friends that she can hang
Mhm.
out with, but I guess I'm more modern on that. But the um, the multi personality
Mhm.
requirement. I do agree. I think if we just have that more,
Like a division of
people will
labor.
have a healthier, yeah, division of labor. We will have a more healthy relationships in general.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I just thought of this. A red flag for anyone, guy or a girl, is someone who has the inability to make friends of the same sex. So I don't know. Like if I was to tell one of my female friends, like, what do you think of that guy? It's like, oh, I noticed he's never hanging out with anyone, right? He's just kind of a loner. Like I think that's the red flag versus uh, if I notice a woman is not able to keep female friendships in her life.
Yeah, I will agree I will agree with that. Yeah, I think if you're it's just weird.
Hmm.
you know it is just weird because from both ends too, like if a guy only had female friends
Yeah, yeah.
right, yeah, or a woman only have guy friends, and I
Yeah,
think it's a very
that's
healthy thing to have both, but
mhm.
it is weird. There was something that you talked about earlier about dating, modern day dating, and the whole like friendship thing. I think it has something to do with vulnerability. I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I mean, I think going back to the male loneliness and friendship starting of the video, I think in general, I guess we're in agreement that I think it's healthy for both men and women to have friends of both genders and people who are are able to have deep conversations and be able to call your shit out when it's needed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think
Hmm.
I think those are the basics, man.
All
All right,
right.
let's
Well,
see. What do we have any?
I mean, with that,
LOL. Yeah,
I think that's a good place to wrap.
yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap the meet. Oh, by the way, I'll send you this photo. I saw this place literally in New York, literally called Let's Meet. It's pretty funny.
Oh, nice. That
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be where we
yeah, it
have
was
our
funny. I
meetings if
took a
we're in
picture.
New
I know,
York.
right? Yeah, if we go to New York, we should go meet there. Meet there.
Do our podcast there.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all
Let's
for tuning in
final
our live.
thoughts. We gotta do
Yeah,
final
final
thoughts,
thoughts.
bro.
Mm, final thoughts. We started with the friendship thing, and then we went to the emotional intelligence. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, that other one was just kind of funny. Um, Final thoughts. I think ladies, or I guess for us, guys, go out there and make some friends, bro. Have some good conversations, deep conversations, um, and ask for help when needed. And develop yourself. Be more emotionally in tuned with yourself and others.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that would be my final thought. Boom.
Oh, I'm gonna piggyback off of yours and add to it. Like, yes, make friends, but be careful who your friends. Be careful of the people you're making friends with, because I mean, you're only the average of your five closest friends, right? Because they're the ones who's supposed to represent you and your lifestyle. And if you have a friend that's kind of sloppy or does questionable things, that kind of represents you. So just be careful who you pick as friends, but always strive to make friends.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. Uh, well, I think that'll be all. Next week I'll be home still before I travel to
Cool,
Vegas,
cool, cool.
and that will be all. Well, thank you all very much for tuning in
All
to
right.
the Hump Day Meets Live.
Yep.
Nothing is filtered.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. All right. See you guys next week, 9 p.m. PST. And as always, my name is Tony, and this is.
Thanks, Andy.
And let us know if you guys have any topics. Submit, follow us on Instagram, like and subscribe, and all that stuff. We will see you next time.
Next week.
Peace.